Hello YouTube, it's more Hearthstone. I might be a little bit more downbeat today. I just mentioned on Twitch, I've been pretty unwell today. But I wanted to keep the streaming streak alive. So I've logged on straight out of the shower, which is why my hair is soaking wet. I'm dripping right now. And I'm going to play some Excavate Warrior, because this is another deck I've not really played yet, and I think a lot of people are playing it, not wrong, but a lot of people I've seen playing this, at least as they climb to Diamond, and I don't blame them for this, by the way, but they've all included, whoops, forgot, in a 4-mana card, they've all included Slagmaw, and they've all included the Blast Charge. I think Slagmaw is just 4-mana do nothing. I really don't rate this card, especially when Reno decks exist out there, and there's a lot of Reno decks out there. Plus, it's just slow anyway. It's like, it's not good versus aggro. It's not great versus control, because most control decks can just deal with a single target removal. It's just bad. Blast Charge is it's Execute, which is 1 mana, but for 3 mana instead, and you get a card draw. Wow, very good. However, I do think that the eventual treasure after all of this, you know, all being said and done, the treasure is really good. The Azerite Ox, I believe it is, which lets you discover 2 8/8 minions. And the minion itself is 4/4, so you can get a pretty big swing turn with that. So I think there is some reason in playing an Excavate package. And just to add to all of this as well, the other payoff for playing 2 Excavate cards is Badlands Brawler, and I think this is one of the better payoffs. You cast a Brawl, and this card always wins the Brawl. Even if you don't Excavate twice, having an additional Brawl in the deck, even at 7 mana, sometimes you might just have to play that, and it is completely fine. So, the basics of this deck is, it is Odyn Warrior. It's a Renathal version of it to fit the Excavate package. I still got all the Riff stuff in here as well. And basically the Excavate package, and this is only including Kobold Miner ×2. What is the other card, sorry, that you get for this? Reinforced Plating is in here ×2, which I did speculate might see play in Odyn Warrior anyway, just on its own. And I've got Burrow Buster in here as ×2, so I can only get the treasure 1 time without, you know, any bounce shenanigans, which I don't really have in this deck anyway. But I think 1 may be more than enough. And it's kind of like an alternate, not even necessarily a win condition, but if I've not got Odyn and, you know, I played all the treasures and I get the Ox out, that might be enough pressure to, you know, stabilize me back into the game for me to play Odyn later on. And I still have all the other, you know, lovely cards that Control Warriors like to run. I'm running 2 Brawls, I'm running 2 Bellowing Flames, I'm running 2 Sanitizers, I'm running 1 of Bladestorm as well for any Paladin out there. Not a bad answer versus the Paladins. And yeah, we're going to see how things go. Now, I do have some experience playing Renathal Odyn Warrior before the Excavation package came out. And typically I think it was worse than the 30-card version, because you wanted the consistency of getting Odyn. And this is kind of why I found it so hard to add the Excavate package in, because the Riff package is so efficient at pulling out minions from your deck. You run typically fairly few minions in Control Warrior anyway, so it increased your chance of drawing Odyn. So, in my personal experience, this might still be weaker, but let's give it a go. I forgot to mention, in my ETC, I've got a spicy card again. Finds a Zinasheria in here instead of Steam Cleaner. So I can turn Plagues into minions that cost 5 or more that cost 5. Or is it cards? I don't remember the specific terminology. Right, in general, I'm going to try and save these armor gaining cards for when I get Odyn mode activated. But I will play Reinforced Plating and any other Excavate card basically immediately. Okay, this is 1 spell Warrior. So they're going to play Black Rock and Roll on 4. I'll probably be forging next turn. Oh, it's not. Never mind. They drew from the depths, maybe. Interesting. Running Steam Cleaner in the deck. You know what? I did say I wanted to save this, but there's no sense in taking 3 damage continuously. We've done a Forge as well, which was my other target. From the depths into From the Depths. So the bottom of the deck is real cheap right now. Okay, I think it is time to start the riffing. I always forget that you don't need to do the first one, right? Who cares about finaleing that one? You know, it's a good habit, though. Okay, I would like to do my other Excavate now. What is the 2-drop? Canary I will keep. Have some potential good use in this matchup. I will use you to get the verse Riff going, so I draw another minion. As I said, the Riffs get less consistent the more minions you put in your deck. Unfortunately, I've drawn Renathal off it, but we get one more bite at the cherry of pulling out Odyn. And at the very least, we're in a situation now where this is active. So we have mini board clear. A Burrow Buster. I don't think I need to race that out. Just keep putting one big threat on the board. In the mirror matchup of like these control type decks, you want to get as much value as you possibly can. Speaking of which, this will be pretty big value. Oh, they got reinforced plating off. Never mind. I don't rate Vex-Axe, sorry. Sure, I have to kill it 3 times right now to actually kill it, but is that really a problem? Is it really an issue? I could also just bounce this back to hand, and sure, they get 4 more armor, but who cares? I could also just rush into it, kill it, break some armor off again. I'm just going to bounce it. I really don't care about it. No. Yeah. Go back to hand. And I think what I'm going to do instead is see how they deal with this. They can Vex-Axe and hit it. But they would take a bit of damage in the process. They might have a better removal for it. It's always bad when they get Odyn on 8, but it's fine. We can deal with this. You gain 5 attack this time. And kill the minion. Should have... No, I couldn't attack first. Of course I can. It's a Titan. I really need to make this go, so we'll play Burrow Buster. Gives me a 3 cost. I might as well play it. They're never going to get a big board. Oh! I'm dumb. I thought I had one more bite. I didn't. Okay, that was a bit of a waste of a turn then. That was my bad. I thought the last thing I did was not verse Riff, but of course it was verse Riff. Still, I've burnt all their armor off. They have to trade almost everything in here. In fact, they might trade everything in. Alright, now we're dueling. Was my 5 extra health worth it? Oh, Thogron. I couldn't find Thogron room in this deck. I do kind of want to build a Thogron deck, but I'm not entirely certain how to. I think you'd have to... Oh. That was unbelievably lucky. It was the top card of their deck. Okay, well, I guess we're going to win a brawl here. That's so brutal. It might actually cost me the game. Because I would have swung for at least 8 on the next turn. I could even have just pinged his minion. Could really do with an armorer right now. Or one more Excavate card. I was going to say you have to get it killed now. Well, this thing I'm just never going to kill, am I?
So many choices.
Is it even worth killing that with Shield Slam? I don't think it is. I just desperately need either Miner because that'll give me the treasure now. Well, this is going to be problematic. Well, they got Wind Fury because they instantly picked the first one. And they generated a big weapon. Are you kidding me? It doesn't really matter, but because all the cards in my hand are bad. I just couldn't draw the card I needed. Story of life. Alright, is it big 10 drop, Wind Fury, gain armor weapon or something like that? What did we do? Yeah. Wind Fury, gain 8 armor, brilliant. A little bit too late, sadly. Oh, if only I got you a bit earlier. I still think that, well, I think the 30 card Odyn deck is better than this one, just to be completely honest with you from the outset. But I feel like they got unbelievably lucky with their deck. Top decking a TNT just destroyed me. Got Odyn first. I couldn't draw any of my draw cards. You know, yada, yada, yada. One more Excavate and I get a big swing turn as well. I still maintain Vazax is bad in this deck, but maybe I'm wrong.
Must be swept away.
I'll show you Titanfall's fury.
A mage. Inside of my ETC, we also have Viper and Starfish. I don't think I need that for this matchup. Obviously, we don't Renathal either. Okay, we've got a Stoneskin Armorer, so I can at least draw cards this time. Oh, and it's Renathal Mage. So this is probably Sif with control package. Maybe Excavation as well. Well, it's a better 2-drop. Oh, cool. It shows you the Excavation counter. Retrospectively, I kind of wish I did a rating on the Excavation treasures in the run-up to this expansion. But I didn't. From gut feeling, I feel like Water Source is by far and away the weakest of all of these. And I feel like the Fool's Azerite and the Rock are typically pretty decent. And a Trogging Pouch of Coins situation can be pretty good. Alright, it's Rope Mage. Since I'm sick and grumpy, let's have a little moan. I feel like Hearthstone should do more about opponents. I mean, I think this one's left, to be fair, because they're not doing anything. But I think they should do more about people who intentionally rope every single turn. Like, they should monitor how many ropes per game or something, and if the counter's like, you know, a ropes per turn per game, and if it's like 100%, then they get like put into queues with other people that rope every single turn. I won't include that in my counter. Firestone, I think, will include that, though. Yeah, it will. Just to stop tedious games like the one I mentioned earlier that I had last night, where I was playing this as a practice, and I went into Control Priest who literally roped every turn, intentionally as well. They instantly played a card and just sat there waiting for it to rope. And I could tell that the deck wasn't really intended to, you know, win. The deck was just intended to harass. Like, it wasn't even like a true control. Well, I guess, what do you define as true control? It didn't really have a synergy. It was a lot of, like, lifesteal and just big board clears. And then nothing else. It felt like there was no win con to it. Fortunately, I drew Odyn on 8, so therefore I just won. But it was really annoying to play against. And as I can tell from, like, you know, the report feature in game, I don't think it's reportable.
A red sun rising.
I also don't think the time should last as long as it does. It feels a little bit excessive in the early game. How often do you have a choice of, you know, plays to make in the very, very early game? I suppose maybe this is coming from someone that doesn't play a lot of aggro decks, but... Alright, I think I'm going to kill that. I think I'm going to kill it with Bash. This could get better value. Oh, it's not quite perfect time for Bladestorm. Well, actually, maybe it will be. I'll leave the Divine Shields up and see if they play more 2-drops. Paladin might be the one deck where the extra 5 health might make all the difference, so I'm intrigued to see how we do in this matchup. Because I feel like normally I'd be at a disadvantage into this deck. I think it's too aggressive for Control Warrior to live with. Okay, they're just playing... Playing around Bladestorm, it seems. Okay, let's use a Bellow then, I think. Man, if only I could ping that for 1.
Maybe... No.
I'm just worried the Aura is going to come into play next turn. I was hoping that I would also break all the Divine Shields in the process, but whatever. Turned out I could have also cleared the board. No, I couldn't clear it with Blade, so I'm sorry, there was a Divine... No, I could have done it. I could have popped it, but I don't think it was worth.
Reporting for duty.
Ooh, that is a card. I just need to remove as much damage off the board, like, consistently. And eventually we'll just outvalue this deck, right? Odin's not even the win condition anymore. Keeper's Strength. Okay, it's just pure Paladin. Very chill. I've not played any Riff yet, so I could play this now. Trade, have a minion, but I think I'd rather do this. Gain some armor. Yeah, gain some armor. I'm not in a rush.
Reporting for duty.
That deck probably runs a weapon. I think we get the Viper from that. Don't have to worry about it just yet, though. I'm feeling pretty happy right now. I mean, the Countess can do, you know, Countess things, but I've survived the early game versus Paladin. I'm pretty comfortably.
For you are graced with my presence.
Having played a bit of Well Rogue, I am aware of, you know, how good the legendary pool is. Sure, you do get to discover. I get a horrible feeling it's Gigafin, but I think I do every time. We do have an answer to Gigafin. In fact, I have 2 now. I think it's just a rare draw a weapon. Give me my other weapon. Kill that. Smack him in the face a lot, push the button. I don't want to go too wide because they seem to be running a more control-orientated list. But maybe it's just keeper strength. Maybe they haven't got like a quality consecration. I think I roughly know what that list is. I don't think they're running a quality consecration. I think you would run that maybe in the singleton version. Just as like, you know, your 29th, 28th cards. Okay, that's completely fine. That was actually detrimental that they did that.
In death, I've met the art of penalty.
So that's 7 to all. I can do 9 to all if I push the button. I'm just seeing if I... Well, why would I not push the button? 5... No, wait, this is... I've not got any armor. 5 to all. I can't do it with shield some, I think. Yeah, no, I can't. I'm off. Okay. I'll use Bladestorm then. Deny him some healing. I think that's the first Excavation card I've drawn as well. That was 2 pretty good legendary pulls.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, let me get... Actually, I think I just eat the 5 damage here. I was going to say, let me get Rustrot Viper, but I don't need it. Taunt is decent. I'm actually going to shield slam you as well. And let me go get the Viper. I'm enjoying holding them at 14 health right now. Ah, Reska. That's extremely annoying. Well, they're going to be at full health, so it doesn't matter. I might as well just hit it. Unless I want to risk the brawl. Play some minions, risk the brawl. No, that's... I think that's my only route to lose the game. Ping it for 1. 2, 3, 4, and 5 would have to go into there as well. Yep. Right, back to full health you go. You can't steal anything. And then I'll hit this as well. Just to play around more auras. We'll wait for his Wind Fury weapon, assuming they're running it. They might not be. In fact, I don't think they are running it in this list. I think this was the list with like a hype... Oh no, never mind, there it is. I was like, is this the list with a hyper-aggressive... early game, they just try and win occasionally with the Countess? Apparently, no.
Do you have this in a bigger size? The battle is over.
So what I thought, Paladin. Also, I went through puberty again there, so maybe it's I who am losing this game. Ah, more paladins. Well, we've got Bladestorm, so... Bladestorm into Chorus Riff. Do I keep Verse Riff for Chorus Riff? And a weapon. I don't hate this hand. I don't love it either, is one thing I'll say, but... That was unexpected. So this is probably more control orientated for starters. Like, I'm expecting them to be running stuff like a Quality Consecration, the Titan, the Colossi, the whole shebang. Is it Highlander as well? Is that what's going on here? Have you pushed everything into one neat package? Potentially cool if true. Anyway. Well, that's probably our 8 play. Just need to live until then. Well, that's my next turn play, so let's do that instantly. Then... Bladestorm to remove 1 damage off the board. I don't think is worth. Do I toss my coin here? I'm trying to see a world where I can play Verse Riff as the finale to draw another card. Yeah, sure. Let's use the coin. I want to pop the Divine Shield as well while I'm at it. We're probably not getting that activated in time, as I've not excavated yet, correct? Okay, so that's going to live through Sanitize as well. But that's good enough. It is a Highlander deck, by the way. It's Renathal, Reno, Badlands Spirit deck. I think we win this. Famous last words. Oh. Getting groovy. That's actually really annoying for me. Anything that blocks me doing one big, huge attack is pretty goddamn annoying. Now, is this a better option? Probably not. I think leaving 1 minion up is fine. Oh, True Silver.
Reporting for duty.
This might be good enough for Bladestorm, honestly. Removing 5 damage. Gives me time to forge this and push the button. There are other plays I can want to save Bladestorm for, but they're probably highly unlikely to be useful. Namely the Titan, because it's a pretty good play versus the Titan. But they're probably only playing that when they play multiple minions and want the chance they all have the same health. Like, negative.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, this is a good Bellowing Flame turn. Into... Actually, let's do it into weapon. I need to pop the Divine Shield anyway. I'm playing Odyn probably next turn. And then it's can Paladin survive the pressure? Leviathan. That I don't super care about. You can keep that. I will deal with that by another means.
Amuse me with your tales of victory.
What that other means is I don't know yet, but I'll deal with it another way.
Well, looking for a stand-up? Careful, it's against me.
Draw your pathetic cards, Paladin. We want a one-drop weapon here. Didn't get Wind Fury, that is big sad time. I guess I'll take this just in case I need it. And does 2 to all enemies after you attack your card. I think on Battle Cry does 2 to potentially pop a face. Since I didn't get Wind Fury, I'm not as hot anymore to hold all my armor gainers. I will hold you though. And I'm gonna choose to believe that you can't do 26 damage to me.
Pay for your crimes.
Oh.
Yes, all of them.
The desert sun
Oh.
strengthens my rays.
Oh. It's a good turn. This might be a situation where we just play Badlands Brawler. I need a brawl. Yeah. Just play it. If we lose the brawl, so be it. We did, but the best minion on their side won, so I'll take that. Pop the Divine Shield again because I have to. We'll get him eventually.
Let's show these fine folks of Badlands hospitality.
Okay. Well, we're never getting Wind Fury now, so... Plating, go. Do I want to bounce this back to hand? I mean, no. I don't.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Well, there's my brawl. Retrospectively, I probably should have taken immune while attacking on this. They're probably only playing like one big threat a turn at this point. Oh, it's Badlands Bandits. Just kidding me. They get Rush on the left.
I'll protect you.
Alright, it's brawling time. Excellent Divine Shield did not win. Then we will go for this. And do I care about a 3-1 Burley being left on the board? Answer: no. I'm also going to remove it. So I do care. It's fine. Sure, they're out of healing now. They've played their Aura, and it's only one of them. They've played their Reno. They generated 2 lawful long arms. Never mind. They have more healing. More healing. I don't think they're going to go wide again either. And I think I'm just going to burn the sanitize.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Alright, I'm pretty happy to burn the charge on this as well now. This might be one of the rare games where the additional 10 cards matter just because I would have run out of value otherwise. I need to see Nature's Bullet less often as well from you, Reno. By far and away your best button. Intrigued. Ah! Shooter for Badlands. Okay. Honestly, I might grab Fires here. There's really not a lot of good stuff left in my deck. Oh, actually, I probably don't need Weapon Destruction. I might need Silence, though. Okay, let's get Silence. I'd like to win this game. The Titan would be very silenceable right now. I'm just going to kill your minion as well. Ah, Astalor. And a Holy Cowboy.
What story will you give my work? Try this.
He's out of heals now, right? Oh, well, Yogg could go horribly wrong. Excellent. It's gone horribly wrong. Of course, he hit me in the face. Do I just leave Yogg alone and just let it do Yogg things? Do I really care? Also, where am I on Excavation 2? Force minions attack one another. I can't afford him to have that level of value. Alright, I'll clear it. Can't attack this turn anyway because I got frozen, so... Do a little bit of housekeeping instead.
What'll wet your whistle?
Our gift of frost shields us.
Astral incoming next turn. I didn't notice he put the Divine Shield back on, that's my bad. I say that, it was probably still the right play. Yeah, it was, I think it was. Actually, no, it was play Trial by Fire, I think. Onto an empty board. It doesn't really matter. I hate the math on this.
What do I do with all these cards?
Wait, didn't you play one of these already? Or am I mixing the games up? I think I'm mixing the games up.
This is not what we stood for.
Okay, this is probably our silence. Renathal, not the time, buddy.
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
I think I'm going to lose the value... Oh, I don't have the mana. I think I'm going to lose the value game, though. I think I need to send Bash to the face. Of course, they have Holy Mackie Roll. They had the Fire guy. What was I expecting? I want to know how much damage I've dealt this game. Does that tell me somewhere if I still need tracking this? It's actually better to push the button now, yeah. Please! I'm gonna lose the value game. I didn't account for my opponent healing for like 70 health this game. That's actually a good card for me. Oh, good timing for you. I need to push more damage, by the way, than just the weapon swing plus button when I break the Divine Shield. So I'm kind of holding off right now. All right. That's probably my canary target. I'm gonna get fucking Theatard, aren't I? They're gonna be running Theatard. I'm gonna lose my treasure. That'll be game, by the way, if I lose the treasure. Never mind. It's a showdown into a prismatic beam. Again, in a 40-card deck of singleton cards, they drew Showdown Prismatic Beam combo, whilst they had 3 minions with three or less attack on the board. It's actually insane. Alright, what's in the Ox? This might be an invincible angle. No, it can't be. It's probably Thunderbringer, but does Thunderbringer bring any thunder? No, but he does bring the taunt. I could have got double invincible. I think instead then we just grab stats. Okay, this is the turn I'm going in on. Basically, if he clears this board, I lose. Or at least clears it easily.
I will not forsake.
It's just disgusting RNG. I bet you my opponent has played like 20 games today, and this has never happened before. Like every single time he's needed like one specific card from his 40, he's drawn it. He also misplayed, kind of. It probably didn't matter though. Well, it didn't matter. But just in case I did have an elemental in my deck, you probably should have traded before you pacified. Or buffed your minions. Anyway. I've now got a wall I can't get through. Yep, that won't do it. That's the game you hate to lose. I didn't see how long he went on for, but it felt like it was an eternity. And you lose just to a deck you know is not good. Again, though, I maintain that adding the excavation cards have made this deck worse. Maybe I should be focusing more on the excavate, but I don't think I should, because the two cards I'm not adding to the deck are terrible. And then the problem of not running this as Renathal is you have to cut the Riff package, I believe. And the Riffs are really, really good with Odyn. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Actually, no, you're just damned if you do anything. You should just don't. That's the answer. Don't fix what isn't broken. Alright, the other reason why I've got Bladestorm is actually this deck. We, of course, have not drawn it, though. But that is fine.
I smell gold in them there waters. Keep on panning.
To deny them draw, to ignore it. Ooh, Bladestorm. I think we should deny them draw. The later into the game I can get it, the better for me. But if I go super late, they'll eventually amass, like, an unbeatable combo. Although there is one way of playing around this unbeatable combo, and that's just to not play 3 minions. So that's probably what I'm going to be trying to do. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to play this now that I've got Badlands. Get the Excavation twice off early. I know the 4/1s are going to get buffed. Never mind. They top decked that, didn't they? Oh no, they didn't top deck it. That's fine. I can eat this damage right now. Yeah, I can eat this damage. I simply do not care. Play more onto the board, please. They're like, no, you have board clear. I don't want to play more on. What if I offered you some minions? Would that sweeten the deal? I don't know why I'm like trying to min-max this. It really doesn't matter. I've got enough board clears in hand to just deal with the board every single time you play the board. I guess it's better to play my wider minions early rather than later. Because later it will literally cost me the game. So maybe I should be trying to save Burrow Buster as long as I can, because it's a pretty good single drop minion that might just die in the process. Though if I'm going to do that, I need to excavate one at a time with something else.
I smell gold in them there waters.
It's gold! Okay, your entire hand is now wormed. You only got 2 as well there. You going to play one?
They love a little fiddle.
So they've got 5/5/2 worms. One of them's going to become a 6/3. Also, oops.
Botch job.
Botch job! Alright, in the interest of getting Badlands Brawler going, I am going to play you. Also, draw last, of course. That's the most sensible thing to do here. That's one of the cleavers gone. They have 3 more. It's 2 of the cleavers gone. I don't even need to brawl this. Slow and steady wins the race. That being said, no, I actually think I don't want to Riff anymore. Do I want the minions? No, I do want to take the damage. So there's only 2 left. So I'm going to intentionally not finale this Rift at some point. A minion is fine to play, by the way. I'd prefer to play a bigger minion or a minion with more health. Ah, so you've got another buzzard in hand. Okay.
So many choices.
Wait, intentionally do it this way. I'll take it. They've got another buzzard. I think they're buffing up 1 Gargan right now. I can get a little bit more flexible with it as well once I get to above. Honestly, I don't know what I'd have to be above. I'd have to be above literally like 40 or 50 health, maybe, to survive the potential Gargan Cleave combo. Well, there's only 1 left after this.
They love a little fiddle.
That's a brawl. Be patient. Don't play Ignis. Well, they couldn't play Ignis, but don't just play Ignis onto this board. We have to be very, very patient. And this might be a game again where I don't need to get the... I don't get the 1-drop. No, I probably do still get the 1-drop. I take it back. I was going to say maybe I get a 5-drop instead and just try and use it to live. Alright, you go back into the deck. Another Burrow guy. I'd rather not play you. Because I'm pretty certain these are like Yomunga and the other infused minion. I'd like to clear this up whilst leaving only 1 minion on the board. I think I'm willing to do this. Yeah. I was debating not attacking there as well, but it doesn't really matter. In fact, I gained 1 armor in the process, so it's probably worth. I think I am going to get a 5-drop weapon from Ignis. We don't need to do the Wind Fury play. It's irrelevant. So he's got one taunt left. We kill this. Forge this. Kill it all. I could go for a 10-drop and be hyper greedy. You know what? Let's do it. Let's be insanely greedy. Okay, that is probably backbreaking for my opponent. Not that he knows it yet. That is getting into the realms of I can ignore the cleave combo. Might as well kill both the minions. Perfect.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
I don't know why I attacked first. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we're at 42 health now. This reminds me of playing against Secret Hunter, where you just sometimes have to do nothing. That's the final infuser. So, unless they've copied one of these, which they could have done at some point. Actually, maybe they can't have done. I'm still gonna play around it, is what I'm saying. They have a weapon left, but I'll take silence. I don't really care. You've got nothing in the deck now, I think. Okay, I should have taken weapon destruction. You're right. I forgot about Agramar. It still doesn't super matter. Should have also got a 5-drop weapon, you're right. I'm struggling to play it. I never learned my lesson. I just decided to give him something to hit. Hey, my button counts as your button. Alright. I'm at 60 health now, Hunter. And I don't think you have 60 damage in your deck anymore. Let's hope. But who cares? For I have all the health in the game. Oh. I'm willing to play Odyn. There's no way you cleave me through Odyn for... You'd have to get a minion with more than 69 health. Nice, by the way. 69 attack. Alright, you did have one more Gargan. You copied one at some point. Nice, you're going to do some big damage here. Woohoo! I took 18 damage to the face! Woohoo! How scary, Hunter. It turns out if you only play one minion versus that deck, it's not that good anymore. I will admit, even for Odyn Warrior, my deck is way more control orientated because of the Excavation package. I guess that's the one thing I've got over just normal Odyn Warrior. I've basically got 2 additional brawls in the deck. Alright, this could be a game of ours, if this is Control Priest.
I see you've brought guests.
Be Undead Priest. You're not Undead Priest, you didn't go into Shadow form. So this is going to be Control Priest, probably. There are other variants out there. I've seen someone playing like a Pip. Copy all your spells. Naga weird deck. But I'm going to guess Highlander. Highlander Control. Which basically means my win condition is to draw Odin. I just one-shot them. I won't be able to outvalue Amanthal Priest if they've got Amanthal in the deck, which I think they will do. You know what? Sure. I think I'm going to Ignis next turn as well for the weapon, and I will get a 1-drop this time, and look for Wind Fury.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
One of the nice things about this... Oh, it's Thief Priest. One of the nice things, potentially, is that the cards they steal aren't particularly good for them. Normally. Now, if they steal Odin from me, of course, that is real bad news bears. In fact, it's such bad news bears, maybe I shouldn't play Ignis. Just in case I do need to get the 10-drop big value weapon. Yeah, I think that is the play we do. You know what, for efficiency, gain 6 armor as well. So that if I draw a Badlands Brawler in the future, it will cast Brawl. I've already got 2 shield blocks in hand. There's a limit to how much armor I need to gain.
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
The new game plan, by the way, is just don't let Odin get captured. Which is a little bit awkward. As I have basically no control over it, I just need to hope to draw it by 8 and play it. Before they play Harvester of Envy or whatever he's called. Should have traded first, this was a misplay. I take 1 extra damage from the minion. My bad. My bad. We'll get sanitized up as well. Yeah, I should have hit the 1-drop. Uh-oh. Actually, what would you put in ETC? Highlander, Priest. Highlander Thief Priest, by the way. Maybe they put something like Rivendare in it for an alternate win condition.
Job's done.
Odyn! Where are you? If I can't find Odyn, surely my opponent couldn't find Odyn. Wait, oh no, this is from the deck, sorry. Because they played Shield Block and both of them are in my hand. I was going to say, did they play the one from my deck first? Oh. There goes the Wind Fury weapon. I'm pretty certain it's Highlander, so that's only one copy of Rat. So be it. Spells in my deck are kind of meh. Was it Heavy Plate? Yeah, it was. Okay. Mole Glyph. Button? Sure. Oh, that is actually extremely good for me. Okay. If it drew Odyn, it would have been extremely good for me. Because I get to just play Odyn from hand next turn. The only slight positive thing is I kept calling for Odyn, but maybe it's better that I didn't draw Odyn up until now. Because if they have Feotar in hand, which I think they'll be running in their deck, they could have discovered it and stole it off me, and I have no counter to that. That will give me the Azerite Ox. Okay, let's see what they do to this. Because surely if they're running Highlander, they must be running a suboptimal deck. Well, there's Odyn. We'll take Drake because it's harder for Priest to remove. And I will take 8 mana 8/8, please. I'd rather you not copy that at any point. Alright. This might be Whirlpool here, but the Whirlpool honestly doesn't hurt me at all. I'm expecting they're going to maybe have a copy of Ignis in their deck as well, so it would cause them to lose Ignis as well. Light Bomb is not great here either. It's not bad, but they'd lose their minion as well in the process. Okay. You know what? I didn't account for that. They've not excavated twice, by the way. I always lose the brawl. Come on. One day, let me win a brawl. Play Khazgroth, get a weapon. Thin out my deck, so it's more likely that I'll draw Odyn in the future. I could also put Chorus Riff on the end of this.
What story will you give my work? So you're a fan of my work?
Man, I drew all the Excavation package this time. There's only one card left in the deck now. Yeah, I've got one Burrow Buster.
Come closer. You can trust me.
What story will you give my work?
Just, how can I predict that? The Nameless. The Nameless one. Steals my Titan. On a more positive note, they haven't got Odyn to steal. I'd like to keep Sanitize as long as I can. I think this is a trial by fire angle. And then draw last. I still have the emergency button of Fire of Zinashin in here as well if things look really awry. We can play that and then just play top deck Hearthstone. I'm also a bit more happy about using Sanitize now. I was trying not to use it on that last turn. I mean, it's a bit of a waste anyway. But there is going to be a board turn for Priest, where they play Elise. I mean, trying to see what their board ends up being. Because they're playing some random minions in there, so I imagine Elise is going to just be meh. That's also a really weak turn. Can I punish this? Oh, it's always... Well, actually, you know what? Restore 3 health here. Not the worst thing. Draw a card. Not Odyn. Play the weapon. Start smoking. Break down all this priest armor. I want to lose this. Otherwise, I overdraw. Now, my opponent might be like, I want him to overdraw. I'll pick the worst one. So maybe the safest bet is to pick the second, or the middle one. Good. Task successfully failed. Well. Now they've got Svalner as well, they have kind of infinite value.
The caress of death is not gentle.
But they were going to outvalue me with Reno anyway. It's literally I just need to get Odyn on the board and start smoking. That's how I win. I'm probably not going to one-shot them anymore because I don't have a Wind Fury weapon, but I could still do 20 damage in a turn or something, which would be pretty brutal for my opponent. Bladestorm would have been pretty good into the Elise turn as well, actually, now that I think about it. But whatever.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
The last one is draw a card. Or draw a minion specifically, so I would like to finale that. So frustrating.
The legacy of the Titan shall never die.
I don't even know what's in that. And we're never gonna know! It's Odyn time.
Amuse me with your tales of victory.
You can trade into it if you want. What's in your Raden right now? Oh, the Brawler is in there. Okay, this is fine. Alright. Oh wow, there's a lot of shit in there. Most of it is shit. Who'd have thought it? Alright, start chipping the priest down. There's also a world where playing no minions is the correct play here, so that the Behemoth can't heal them. It's also a shout not to finale this now, so I don't draw a card. There's only... oh no, there's 4 minions in my deck still. Look at me using this cheat engine on the side of my screen. Alright, there's only 3 now. Ah, screw it. Let's race them. I've got lethal. You know what? Let's do that as well. Bonk. I might revisit my Highlander Priest deck. Because I don't think anyone's done it quite as well as I've done it so far. I don't think it's particularly good either, just as a forewarning, but I like that undead package so that at least can get some pretty good value from it. Ah, a mage. We have never lost to a mage in our one game where the mage instantly DC'd. I'm also getting a bit of a better idea now of what to keep and what not to keep. I think all of this is fine. I want to excavate as soon as possible, and I've only got 6 excavation cards in my 40 card deck. So holding excavation cards is not a bad idea. Armorer, because I seem to need draw. And then just any form of forging for Ignis. I just need to set these things up. This is quite a fun matchup as well, from what I remember. Because you're trying to get more armor than Sif can, like, doing damage. And that's kind of the game that we're going to play. Wow, all the excavation cards. We got some good use of the Bellowing Flames here as well. What's coming out of the Cosmic Keyboard? Ah, it's Excavation version of this. So that is either Counterspell or play a minion, it gets sent to the Shadow Realm. You know what, for fun? Come on! You can let Cactus Ranger have some fun. Anyway, we just want to excavate 2 times. God, I'm going to mix excavate and forge up so many times. Alright, not the best from that tier either. Okay, here's our Bellowing Flame turn. Well, near perfect maths. Actually, never mind, not near perfect maths anymore. But it's good enough. Our armor changed his turn, that was really lucky, by the way. So I can play this for draw. Wow, it's all going to the face. Is it Highlander as well? I think it is. What's with people just running every single thing they can possibly run into this deck? Or in these decks? Mole's pretty good here. Okay, some Unreal RNG. We'll go with Mole. Into the weapon. And we'll slowly diffuse your volatile skeletons. I feel like I'm getting a bit Yu-Gi-Oh'd again right now. People drawing like the best card at the best time. Good going, Mole.
Candle mudslider.
Okay. That's a misplay. We would like one of you. And oh, hang on a minute. How many minions have I played this turn? I've played 1. And I can't play anymore. There's no elementals or beasts in my deck. But you know what? This is really threatening, so I'll just put Kael'thas on. Perfect. Alright, Mage, let's see what you answer this with. Can you do 15 damage to my face?
research points to something.
Right, don't play cards the turn you get them.
Your signature is required.
Right, they got the most aggressive things again. Cool. Right, first check. Counterspell. Second thing, gain armor. My armor has changed this turn. I just got this card this turn. But you know what? If they get this, so be it. They did. Oh, it was objection. Never mind. They got the best two things you could possibly have got. Cool.
Unshackle me!
I think the safer play is just to gain armor here. You've only got two cards in hand. One of them is an Ice Touch, we know that, and the other one's a treasure from Cryopreservation, which was the tier 1. Counterspell or objection? They've already played objection, it's a Highlander deck, so it's counterspell, right? No, it's not a Highlander deck. Is it? They played two of these guys. It's not Highlander. Not counterspell either. So it's objection. Or explosive. Man, that was a pretty aggressive deck. I'm kind of impressed. It did help that they got, like, all the excavated treasures that go to the face. But man, that plus 5 extra health. I don't think we ever got dropped below 5, but maybe it prevented lethal damage at some point. And the Ox was the swing turn. It broke their back. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Excavate Odyn has got a place in the game. Now, your counter might be if I was running 10 less cards, I would have drawn more of the armor gainer, so I wouldn't have been in that situation to begin with. That is by the by. Ah, Mage again. Do I want to keep both Sanitize and Bellowing? Probably not. I'm actually just going to keep Sanitize this time. We just want to deal with the keyboard turn. And I always like combining Riff with another Riff. Alright. Probably Excavation again if they're running an extra 10 cards. Or it is the memey Control Mage deck where they play Romath at the end of it. I mean, we were expecting Sif stuff in there. I still think playing that on turn 1 is a misplay. Just on the off chance you do get Fire, Arcane, and Ice, Blizzard, Frost. Is it called Frost? Frost. You can keep that for now. You're going to be my 5 play. Probably, unless there's a big board, in which case that's my 5 play. Miner into 1-drop treasure. Oh my god, this is a tempo hand for me. Protect the elemental. Gain some armor. I'd like to draw a card. I'm not happy with my hand right now. Actually, take that back. I am happy with my hand. It's just that it's pretty aggressive right now, and these are somewhat anti-synergistic. But they haven't played the keyboard, so I don't really care right now. Oh, he tracks the spell schools as well. Very cool. Alright, it's riffing time. Deny you health. Currently as well, you're running singletons, I've noticed. A bit early to say for certain if you're a Highlander deck, but... Again, if a deck is going to go Highlander, Renathal with Reno, it's probably Mage. They've got so many good cards. Ah, nice. You traded with me. Perfect. I think this is as good a time as any to use Bladestorm as well. I'll eat the damage. What's my 2-drop treasure? Discover a 3-cost card. I don't have any elementals in my deck. I don't have any Murlocs in my deck. Womp womp. And you're hiding over the attack of this, but I'm pretty certain readily do. You're a 2-3, right? I'll just take 0 mana 4-3 and play it. I'd have had to generate an elemental to play it. Okay. Oh my god, I can get the treasure again as well if I really want to. But let's put some pressure on and see what they do to it. Inquisitive Creation is doing 4 damage right now. So, it's a really good board to Inquisitive Creation. But again, I think they're singleton, so they might not have it. No, of course they do. It might not be, to be fair. Anyway, probably Burrowbuster Button versus Riff next turn. Yep, that's pretty efficient. See what the 3-drop treasure is first. Interesting, is what it is. By the way, I didn't realize with Ogre-Fist Boulder you can attack after changing the stats. It's not a transformation. Okay, it's not Highlander. Just happened to have played one of like every single card so far. Anyway. Give me my treasure. Let's see how you deal with this now, Mage. I'll take Storm Giant. Ooh. We'll take, I know the temptation to take Grommash here. I don't think it's the right play. It's the right play. I was going to take Mishmash Mosh because it's a pretty clean clear, but I would be doing nothing with this. Just discover the answer, of course. I need to check for objection. I hate to do this.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Of course it is. Oh, Azerite Vein. Never mind. You can have that. I don't care. They can actually proc it, funnily enough. So maybe I should be a little bit less happy. This might be a bit of a throw as well, but I'm going to prey on the fact they don't have AoE. Because they've used both creations. Gain armor.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
It was still the correct play, by the way, I think. You're not trading 8-1 out? Oh, you guess you didn't use the button. Waste of damage, maybe? Question mark? Yep. Why didn't you just push the button? It's a pretty big board, though. I'll give you that. That's a big board. Do I just sanitize it? I do lose out on some stats. Nah, it all goes face. Face is the place. Let's generate 5-drop. I might actually need it again, and you know what? We'll just go with tempo. They don't seem to be able to have board clear anymore. Actually, we should just use it. Just keep the tempo up. What? You're like, oh, I'll let him have Runic Axe. That's fine. Also a misplay, by the way, because I can now swing with the weapon into this guy and cleave 3. Should have played the taunt on the outside. What's happening here? It doesn't matter, though. Do. I am a control deck. Do. Oopsie daisy. Didn't matter, but I actually forgot again that it was the weapon swing and not draw another guy. Random secrets. Do they save you? You would need Ice Barrier. Alright, we're not going to find out. I think they would get it anyway, to be fair. Even with Ice Barrier, it was over. Alright, so It took a long time, nearly 2 hours of streaming so far. But the deck actually performed reasonably well. It went 5-2, which is... It's not terrible, right? I still feel like, though, I would have got the same result if I just played Odyn Warrior rather than the Excavation package. But there was definitely some examples in there of why you would want to maybe try and fit in an Excavation package. There were some situations where we played the Ox and we just won the game. It's such a huge tempo swing. I can't help but think, though, and I might try this again at some point, that you'd really want it to be in a third card deck, because we did see some situations again where we didn't get the Odyn effect off and we didn't get the Excavation effect off. We've got like the worst of both worlds. Maybe the Excavation package should go in its own control warrior deck without Odyn. Maybe use like Boom Boss Thogrin and try and like destroy all their cards and just try and live as long as humanly possible. I might try that at some point. We'll see. Anyway, for YouTube, that'll do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, why not leave a like and subscribe? Everything helps me out. I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.